Hey, what's up, everyone? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, what I want to talk to you about is how to treat your trading as a business. Now, we've been told many times to treat your trading as a business in order to stay around for the long haul. The thing is, how do you go about that? That's why I want to make this video for you, so that it can help you perhaps question yourself so that you can start planning out how is it that you're going to manage your trading business. All right, so let's get to it. So the main thing that you want to focus on first, on like before anything, is figuring out how much time are you willing to allocate for this. Things to consider, like, do you need to get, or are you gonna, do you have a job? Do you have a full-time job? Or are you gonna get a side gig to balance these things out? You know, just figuring out how much time do you have in the day to actually really sit down and hone down the charts is what's gonna help you out tremendously in the long run, because the more experience you have reading the charts, all these things together, it requires time throughout the day that you and I both share. It's not free. We both have 24 hours a day, so make the most of it, right? The next thing I want you to think about is the location. The thing about trading is that it could be done from anywhere, which is a blessing, really, because you're not stuck to an office. But if you do have one, where is you going to be your place of focus? This can literally be your bedroom, your closet, your private office if you rent one out, or if you rent out a WeWork. There's just so many options. There's some people who work out of a park, or a local coffee shop, and they consider that their business. Hey, you know what? We're in the 20s now, and honestly, you can pretty much consider anything an office. But in all seriousness, where are you going to be located when you're focusing on your business? Now, the next thing, as well as anything else when starting out a venture, is who's going to be paying for all the bills, right? Like, who's going to be paying for all your FTMO trials, your small funded accounts, all these things. Fortunately, there's not much of a high cost when entering the forex market, right? Especially now with these internet firms. Like, now you can literally take a quiz, pass it, and then you'll get automatically funded. So, or if you, there are also some prop firms and some hedge funds that require you to show, past experience or past performance, and show them all that data in order for them to consider you getting you a spot in their trading desk. But the idea here is to ask yourself the question, who is going to be paying these bills, right? Your startup costs, right? Maybe you need a computer, internet bills. What else would you need? Information to TradingView. If you really lack access to internet and computers, I could probably even recommend going up to the library, because that's where they have the most free resources towards the internet and a computer. So it just depends on, how much access to technology do you have? How much information are you willing to start with? But yeah, all these things cost money, and it's a matter of questioning yourself, how is it that you want to approach this startup? Okay, next thing I want to talk to you about is your hours of operations, because just like any business, they need to open at a certain time and they close at a certain time. How is it that you're going to be managing your business hours, right? I know some people like to have the approach of showing up into the markets whenever there's activity, so they constantly check their phone throughout the day, seeking opportunities as they show up. I know, and then there are some who also like to dedicate just a certain amount of hours throughout the day, like me, just for trading. And so once those hours are done, I close up the shop and then I worry about it the next day. But just because the day is ended for me does not mean I don't give some extra time afterwards for some back testing. Because in my experience, as I'm continuing to learn my strategy and my way of interpreting the markets, I want to give as much time as I can to really go in there and back test and see where I can improve on. I would consider that like an extra shift of work, but in reality, the reality is that people are already doing, double, sometimes even triple shifts at their regular jobs. So why not take matters into your own hands and see if you can dedicate some more time throughout the day to operate your business? But yeah, all I'm asking you to do is to figure out, how fluid are you with your time? Can you show up at a moment's notice? Or are you more like having a schedule where you only set a couple of hours in throughout the day to trade, and then a couple of hours extra to do some back testing? It's all up to you, really, and everyone works differently, but that's something I want you to consider. The next thing I want to talk to you about in regards to treating trading as a business is, are you going to be ready for the results? Meaning that you going to be ready when your losing streak comes, when your winning streak comes, and are you going to be prepared emotionally to take that kind of information in? You see, depending on how you trade, you can get results in seconds or in hours. Are you ready for that emotional roller coaster of finding out whether you were right or wrong in that certain time, right? And this all comes down to how we manage ourselves internally and how we manage ourselves daily. Because I believe that knowing how you deal with your losers is how you deal with negative energy in your own life. Because as we all know, this business is gonna have to survive through seasons. It's gonna have to survive through holidays, through the years where the future is filled with uncertainty, right? One moment it could be inflation, it can be another worldwide pandemic, it could also be something political, and this is a worldwide thing, right? Because if you're trading forex, you're dealing with the whole world news pretty much, and everything's going on every single day. So are you going to be ready on how these things that seem out of our control going to affect our real life results? All of this is very important for you to question yourself, but overall, like above everything, there's only one thing that matters, and that's loving what you do. We're not going to be sustainable, we're not going to be profitable, we're not going to be consistent over the years if we don't love what we do. If we don't love coming up to the markets every single day to look at the same exact thing, or to behave in the same manner every single day, it's like, are you okay with monotony? I once read that Atomic Habits book, and there was an area there about a coach who was being interviewed by, I forgot who, but the idea was that he was saying that the best players he ever coached were the ones who were playing the game even when they were bored. In order for us to be here for a long time and to be profitable and to make a livelihood out of this, we need to accept and love what we do, right? Think about like a chef at a 5-star restaurant or something, right? The food that comes out of their kitchen is a byproduct of their passion. Think about that, right? All the small details that they applied in their meal, from the spices and the composition of how everything looks, it's all just a result of the chef's passion, the chef's vision of the meal. But yeah, like without any passion, without any love to our craft, we're just simply not going to be here for a long time, because we're easily going to get bored or impatient or even frustrated and just want to head out the door. And that's sadly how many businesses close, right? When we're in it for profit and not in it for the process. And that's pretty much it. Fortunately, there's a couple of things I may have just generalized or may have just overlooked, but this is where I'm asking for your feedback to see if maybe there's something I might have missed. Let me know down in the comments. Okay, so I've given you some things to think about when considering trading your trading plan as a business. Hopefully that helps you out. All right, good luck on your trading and good luck on your business. Hopefully it can be as successful as you want it to be. All right, so I'll be seeing you in the next one.